Canahan's going to look to go 2 for 2, trying to throw the out route, and that looks to be just about a first down. Glenn Malone making the reception that time.
Yeah, great throw there by Luke on that one. Put it where only his receiver could get it. If he throws that a little bit behind his guy, it's a pick six.
So a second and short, it turns out, as they do not give him the first down. And Soto is going to blow that play up in the backfield. Third down coming up.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see what they decide to do here on their first third down here as they go 5 wide.
So third and short coming as Canahan's going to throw over the middle. He wants it all, and he is going to get it all as well, as that is a massive play for the New York Knights.
Yeah, great back shoulder throw there to the tight end, Jermaine Black. Had his guy one-on-one down the middle of the field.
So now New York is threatening to get a first score on their possession as they throw once again. However, it will be incomplete.
Yeah, if you're the receiver there, you have to keep coming back to the ball. Can't stop once you make your little curl route there, asking for it to get picked off.
So they'll throw again here on second down, throwing to the right-hand side, and it does look like it's going to be caught. No, it's going to be an interception, and it's going to be caught by Chavez, and now Louisiana takes over.
Yeah, just forcing that one in there, throwing into an absolute crowd as Louisiana takes over.
So we do end up seeing Louisiana coming back at it once again. We'll see what they do here on this next possession.
Yeah, and we'll see if they're able to, just be as explosive as they were on that first drive.
So 2nd and 8 coming up, trying to throw to the right-hand side. A little bit of a crossing route, but just overthrew his man.
Yeah, just a little bit out in front, which is a shame because there was no one around, and that would have been a first down if he could have completed it.
And speaking of completions, we're not going to see one here, so couldn't do anything with the turnover, unfortunately. We're going to see a 3 and out.
Yeah, and if you're New York, that's what you want to see from your defense. Even after the interception there, you're able to buckle down and not give up another big play.
So New York will once again take over, not penalized by the turnover. What are you looking for here in this next drive?
Pretty much more of the same that we saw, those quick passes, but you just can't force it once you get down there into the tight parts of the red zone. Maybe once they get back down there, try to open up the run game a little more.
So we'll see if they take your advice here as they go with the short crossing pattern to begin this drive, as Sammy Knight is going to break a tackle and nearly pick up the first down. It's a nice rhythm throw.
And that's what you want after an interception like that. Get your quarterback his confidence back. A quick drag route there, gets him into open space, and gets a good shot of yards.
So it does look like they're going to go with a little bit of fullback dive action as Jeff Houston picks up the first down. You'll love to see the fullbacks get involved.
Absolutely, especially short yardage situations like that. Get the first down. Don't mess around. Don't risk it going to third down where anything can happen.
So Carnahan's going to throw once again here on 1st and 10, and another throw to, once again, that fullback, Jeff Houston, for a few yards.
New York really exploiting those quick outs to the right side of the field here early. Louisiana just leaving it wide open.
And we'll go ahead and see a direct snap on the next play. It's Bruce Can with the carry, and that's going to be enough to pick up a first down.
Great run there. Was going outside, but found some room when he cut it back up the middle there for a first.
So another 1st and 10 for New York as Canahan, he's going to run out of time in the pocket, though, as Erickson's going to light him up like a Christmas tree. Huge loss on the play.
Yeah, just nowhere to go there on that one. Big loss.
So 2nd and 17 coming up. Carnahan's going to drop back the pass, trying to throw to the right-hand side, but this time he misses his target.
Yeah, bad throw there. Now you've got 3rd and 17. Going to be interesting to see what they try to do here to pick up all this yardage.
So we're going to have to go deep on this one as they will do just that, and it's going to be caught by Martin Newman, and now New York finds itself in the red zone.
Yeah, but this is where they had the big mistake last time. It's going to be interesting to see if they do try to go to the run game here.
So a 29-yard reception as they go right back to Martin Newman. However, this time, this pass gets broken up.
Yeah, lucky that wasn't picked there. Luke got to make better decisions here in the red zone.
So 2nd and 10 coming here as the running back gets motioned out of the backfield, facing some pressure and has to dump it off. to Bruce Can for a short gain.
Yeah, and that's what you want to see from Luke. Don't try to force anything. Just, if you get pressured, just dump it off, take the check down.
So 3rd and 10 coming up as they will try to throw for the first down. Going to the left-hand side, and it looks like it's going to be caught by the tight end, Jermaine Black. 1st and goal for New York.
These out routes have been working very well for New York so far today. Expect to see more of that as the game goes on.
So can New York finish this time around, as they did not come away with points on their last red zone possession? Carnahan throwing towards the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete. A very questionable decision there.
Yeah, definitely a risky throw there. Again, I would like to see them try and run the ball here.
So they'll actually avoid your advice and throw it here on 2nd down. Bruce Can with the catch, but it's only for a few yards.
All right, 3rd and goal here. Got to get it in on this play here.
We'll see what they dial up here on this 3rd and goal situation. We got a 4-wide set, running back in the backfield. Carnahan dropping back, is going to throw in the middle of the end zone, and it's going to be broken up. And it looks like New York is going to have to settle for a field goal.
Yeah, it really stinks if you're New York. You're able to put up yards on this Louisiana defense so easily, but when you get down here close, just not able to convert. What should have been 14 points turns into only 3.
So, at the very least, George Lawson does get the field goal, so the goose egg is removed, but we will see if those lack of points on the red zone possessions, will that kill them later on in this game, as Louisiana is going to take over. Swartz tries to return it back to the crib, but he runs into a brick wall.
And if you're New York, your defense has played good except for the one big play, so that's something you can try and build on and try to get it back to your offense.
So Louisiana will go ahead and run it here on 1st down. Only a couple of yards there, as it was a nice job rallying to the football.
Yeah, definitely good job. Good open field tackle there, making sure Brady doesn't bust it open for a big gain.
So they will go away from Lewis Brady for a minute, as they will throw it out to the left-hand side. That's going to go for a gain of 5, and a 3rd and short coming up for Louisiana.
Yeah, defensive back got a little froze there. Like to see him break a little more on that ball. Could have made a play on it.
And Lewis Brady is going to take the carry here on the 3rd and short and actually picks up the 1st down.
Way to move the chains there, keeping it on the ground.
So 1st and 10 coming up here. We're getting to the final couple of minutes here of this 1st quarter, as they will continue to ride Lewis Brady, getting a steady stream of yardage for this Gators offense.
Louisiana's offense being a lot more balanced than we saw out of New York's offense so far.
So 2nd and 4 coming up for the Louisiana Gators, as we'll go ahead and drop back the pass. Hinsky gets it out to Lewis Brady once again, putting this offense on his back as he gets another target.
Yeah, Louisiana loves getting their running backs going in the passing game.
So 3rd and short coming up here, as Hinsky's going to throw over the middle of the field. We see Anthony Bradley make the catch, and now we finally see Louisiana reach midfield.
Yeah, I really like what I've seen out of them here on this drive. Good momentum.
And that is going to wrap up the 1st quarter of action. The Gators up 7-3. What's your biggest takeaway from the 1st quarter?
I mean, a lot of yards put up here, but some key mistakes. Got to avoid those turnovers if you want to win this game.
So we'll see if either team can avoid those mistakes and extend their advantage, as Lewis Brady's going to take the toss and gets a good chunk of yards inside the 35-yard line. We're going to see if they can build off of that here as they go back to Lewis Brady once again, this time taking it inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, he is just getting all sorts of blocks downfield. Plenty of room for him to work.
And really being a Gator right now, chopping some yards bit by bit, as we'll see Hinsky drop back the pass, looks to the left-hand side. Roberts makes the catch. Seems like he had a ton of space, but just couldn't keep his feet in bounds.
Yeah, and good job by the quarterback there. New York brought heavy pressure. Way to get rid of it quick.
So 3rd and short coming up. We'll see if they go back to Lewis Brady for this critical 3rd down. They do, and Lewis Brady picks up the yardage required, and that will be a red zone opportunity for the first time for the Gators.
Just great blocking here, especially on the outside. Way to set the edge on those tackles.
So 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line, as we'll see Henske go ahead and run it up the right-hand side. No, it's Burns, and he almost burns the defense there, but couldn't quite break it.
Another good tackle there.
So 2nd and 5 coming for this Gators offense. They look to make this a 2-score game. Henske throws it short over the middle back to Lewis Brady, and he has been getting his name called a lot tonight.
Yeah, Henske kind of short-armed that one. The receiver had to come back to the ball. Would have been a first down if he'd had the arm strength to get it there to him.
So Stuart Brady comes to the game here on 3rd and short as Henske's going to throw to the left-hand side, and Stuart Burns finds the end zone. Touchdown, Gators.
Just a nice wheel route there out of the backfield. You had all of your guys in man coverage for New York, but no one picks up the running back, and they're able to extend this lead.
And we will go ahead and see the extra point opportunity, and that is going to be good. 14-3 now being your score. So we'll go ahead now and see the kickoff here as New York tries to answer back. Newman takes the kickoff. He runs it right up the middle of the field, gets it at just about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, good starting field position for New York, but I feel like at this point you need a touchdown on this drive the way Louisiana's offense has been working.
So we'll see if New York can answer back as Callahan's trying to throw to the right-hand side.
This Louisiana defense here so far, I mean, just absolutely tight coverage there on that 3rd down play.
So we'll go ahead and see if they go ahead and punt the football away here as we looks like we might be experiencing some technical difficulties.
While you're here, we will remind you that if you are new to the Axis League, this is a AI versus AI Season 2 of the Axis League. We have 20 teams competing in an 8-week regular season, along with a postseason culminating at Jugan Bowl 2 on Thanksgiving night.
Oh, okay. Cleveland, San Francisco. Good evening and welcome to tonight's game here in the Axis Football League between the Cleveland Coyotes and the San Francisco Sharks. I'm joined by my partner, Idej Gaming. Idej, are you excited about this game or what?
Absolutely. We've got two of the best teams in the entire league here going up at the Hava, so it's going to be a great matchup.
In one of the most iconic stadiums in this football league. And we are officially underway here in San Francisco. And we start with Cleveland with the football.
And Cleveland, ground and pound type of offense here. Definitely interesting to see how they'll fare in this one.
So Peyton Cross will line up under center initially and line it up to Chris Black like we predicted. That ground and pound facing some problems early on.
Yeah, great run blitz there by San Francisco, able to get him in the backfield for a loss of 4.
So that was Matthew Payne with the TFL as Peyton Cross will pass on 2nd and long. And it was a solid pass over the middle. His receiver just couldn't make the catch.
Yeah, that really stings because he had a couple of steps on the defender. Probably could have turned it upfield for an even bigger gain.
So now 3rd and 14 where Peyton Cross has to make a play. And he actually does. Joshua Carlson is going to make the huge catch here for the first down.
Yeah, play action there. Cleveland is great at that. And those crossing routes over the middle just gave him enough room.
So back to Chris Black on the ground in this ground and pound offensive attack. This time picking up a couple of yards.
And even with those small gains, you need to keep those active so that you can have play action plays like we saw on 3rd down.
So Cross will drop back to pass here on a 2nd and 8. And we'll get it back to the tailback, Chris Black, who finds more success through the air.
Yeah, Black also skilled in the passing game as well. Pretty good receiver out of the backfield.
A complete running back for sure. We'll see if they go back to him here on his 3rd and maybe an inch tops. As now, no, Cross is going to pass the football here. It's going to be caught, and it's going to go for a first down. How about that?
I mean, I don't get that play call at all. You're less than a foot away from picking it up with one of the best backs in the league, and you throw a quick slant there. Don't understand it.
Hey, it still works. And so they'll go back to one of those best backs in the league, Chris Black, this time picking up 3 yards.
Yeah, good carry there. Just continuing to move this ball down the field bit by bit.
So 2nd and 7 now coming up as we got no running backs in the backfield. Cross, he's got time to throw the football, looking for the first down. However, appears to be dropped by his receiver.
Yeah, tried to get him there on that corner route. I think he threw that ball a little bit too far where the defender could put a play on it.
So now a 3rd and 7. It looks like they might be forced to pass this football. They do. Looking to the left-hand side. He's actually got a man down the sideline. It is going to be, no, not a touchdown for the Coyotes. But how about that pass right there by Peyton Cross?
Yeah, that crossing route there over the middle, the safety who was supposed to be in high coverage there came down, and that opened up the streak there.
So they'll try to punch it into the end zone here as Chris Black is going to come out of the game in favor of Alex Gibson.
Gibson, big bruiser back here, expecting the ball here on 2nd and short.
But instead, it's a play action. Black throwing it into the end zone, and it's going to be a touchdown. Darrell Ray getting the first points on the board for the Coyotes.
Ray is the red zone target. Big-bodied receiver there with the sure hands puts Cleveland on the board.
So we will go ahead and see the extra point being punched through, and Cleveland will take a 7-0 lead. 9:26 left to play here in the first quarter. And now we will go ahead and see Zachary Hughes kick this ball away as San Francisco gets a chance with the football. Saul Silva, he's going to take it down the sideline and finally gets punched out inside the 45-yard line.
Yeah, Silver just got some good blocks there on that left side and just able to take it right down that sideline for great starting field position for the offense.
So San Francisco will take over with the short field. We'll see if Monroe will try to capitalize. Dumping it off initially to Caleb Wheeler, the tight end, who picks up 5 yards on the play.
Good play there. Those quick passes, that's what you want to see out of Monroe.
So 2nd and 5 coming up. Monroe hands it off for the first time to Theodore Cox, but he's going to be running into a train. That is Quentin Nichols 3rd and long coming.
Yeah, Quentin Nichols, one of the best run-stuffing linebackers in the league.
So Monroe will throw on 3rd and 8, but Seth Flowers comes through in the clutch. 1st down for San Francisco.
Yeah, defender there just a step late allowed him to make that catch.
So 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line as Monroe drops back the pass, gets it out to Theodore Cox down the sideline. It picks up a few yards there.
Yeah, Cleveland was bringing the pressure there. Good job by Monroe getting rid of that ball.
So 2nd and 6 coming as we see our first red zone opportunity for San Francisco. It's going to be a pass attempt from Monroe, who gets it out to the right-hand side. It looks like it's going to be Caleb Wheeler who makes the catch, his 2nd one of this drive.
Yes, confusion there in coverage allowed him to get open there, and we got a 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line as San Francisco seeks to tie. Monroe looks left, and it looks like this pass is just going to be thrown away. Theodore Cox, the intended receiver.
Yeah, no one really open downfield. Hard to throw the ball here once you get inside the 10.
So 2nd and goal now from the 9-yard line. Monroe choosing to pass again as it looks like Wheeler makes the catch, breaks the tackle, and finds a way to pick up a few extra yards.
Great play there by Wheeler. That was almost a big loss. Instead, it's a good gain.
So 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. Huge play for the San Francisco Sharks. As Monroe, he's going to hand it off to the tailback. It's going to be Theodore Cox who fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Just a horrible job of tackling there by Cleveland. You've got to be able to wrap up and bring him down. Instead, you let him go, and we got ourselves a tie ball game now.
So we see a spirited effort there by Theodore Cox in order to find the end zone. And thanks to that kick by Jose Wilkins, we now got ourselves a tied ball game with 5 minutes left to play in the 1st quarter. And now we'll see Cleveland get another opportunity with the football. Vincent Smith, he's going to return it and gets it all the way up to about the 25-yard line.
And we'll see if Cleveland's able to recreate the offensive power that they saw on their last drive.
So we'll see Cleveland go to work here in their 2nd drive of the game as Chris Black is going to run into the Payne, and that is going to be a huge shot for Matthew Payne.
Neither team really able to get much going here with the run game early.
So we'll see if we see either team establish that run game eventually, but for now, we see a nice throw to Darrell Ray to pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, just wide open there over the middle. They're leaving that middle of the field open on these passes.
So another 1st and 10 coming up as they go back on the ground for Chris Black, and a little bit more success on the ground that time around. A gain of 5 yards.
That's what Cleveland does. They stay committed to the run and just wear you down.
So now 2nd and 5. We got trips to the left. Cross. He's got all the time in the world. Can make himself a sandwich if he wants to. Chooses to go deep with it, but it's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, weird route combination there as you had like 3 guys all breaking towards that left sideline there in that bunch formation, and it just allowed the defenders to play off each other.
So a glorified Hail Mary there on 3rd and 5 as the drive will stall out. Cleveland will punt the football for the 1st time tonight.
Just overthrew his guy, and now if you're San Francisco, this is a victory. You got the ball back.
So Maxwell Murray is going to punt this football away, and it's a solid punt that does end up being a touchback. San Francisco will take over at the 20-yard line. So here we go now, 1st and 10 for the San Francisco Sharks as they go to Theodore Cox on the ground. He's already got a touchdown for today. But we are seeing Roy Mathis have himself a great day today.
Yeah, just got around his block there quickly. Need to hold those longer if you're San Francisco.
So 2nd and 10 now coming up as Mike Monroe will drop back the pass. Throws it over to the right-hand side. He does find his receiver, Antonio Bolin. So a 3rd and short coming up here for San Francisco.
Yeah, good throw there, and now you've got yourself 3rd and manageable.
So here we go now, 3rd and 3. Cox going to try to run for the 1st down, but Cleveland blows it up. 3 and out upcoming now for the San Francisco Sharks.
Yeah, just no one blocked the linebacker there. Comes down, blows that play up in the backfield.
So Jason Chandler was the one that caused the free and out, as we will now see Cleveland get the football back, and we'll see if Cleveland can take over this lead here, as we'll see the Cleveland Coyotes take over at about the 29-yard line, and we'll start with Chris Black taking a carry up the middle of the field, gets it to about the 35-yard line.
See, now you're starting to see these 4 to 5 runs pop off for Chris Black. We'll see if that continues to happen.
See if that home run comes for us, as Peyton Cross now looking over the middle, gets it back out to Chris Black. He has to come back for the football, and because of that, he cannot pick up the first down, as that's going to wrap up the first quarter. Both teams tied up at 7 apiece.
Yeah, interesting first quarter. Very balanced offenses so far. Both teams able to put up some points.
So here we go, starting this second quarter out with a 3rd and inches. Cross choosing to pass the football, surprisingly, but it does work out for him. Vincent Smith with the first down reception.
Yeah, San Francisco brought pressure there. That left the guy open on that quick pass.
So 1st and 10 now from the 44-yard line, as we go back to Chris Black on the ground, but just not much space for him here, as we're still waiting for either team to establish a consistent running game.
Yeah, no team able really to get a whole lot going on the ground so far.
So 2nd and 6 now coming up, still remaining on schedule, as Chris Black has struggled on the ground, as you see on screen. Gets it out, though, in the receiving game. That's his 3rd reception, and it's nearly a first down.
Yeah, and Cleveland, they consider those quick passes to the running back basically an extension of the running game there.
So a 3rd and 1, we'll see if they pass the football like they did on their 3rd and inches on their previous 3rd down conversion. They go to the running game instead, and Chris Black simply has nowhere to go as Chester Lane blows it up.
Yeah, offensive line just being slow, getting out of their stances there, and that allowed San Francisco to get downhill and blow that play up.
So we've seen a fast start here for both teams, but now we're starting to see a field position game start to unfold.
Yeah, and that's what you expect with these two teams. You know, you'll have your big plays, but usually these teams are ground and pound and defense oriented, but not here.
Oh my, that is not defense oriented at all, as Mike Monroe finds Saul Silva and he takes the top off the defense. That might be a 90-yard touchdown if I'm not mistaken.
It absolutely is. I mean, Cleveland thought they could bring pressure, maybe get the quarterback back there for the safety. It's cover 0. They leave no one, and Silva is going to beat you one-on-one deep downfield. One of the fastest receivers in the league. How you play cover 0 on him, I do not know.
So definitely a defensive lapse there by this Cleveland coaching staff, as Jose Wilkins will not only make the extra point, but will punt the football away over to Vincent Smith. And now Cleveland, they're going to need an answer.
Yeah, and I mean, the running game is starting to get going for him here, but you needs to be more consistent.
So here we go. We'll see if that consistency starts to arise, as Chris Black gets yet another carry, but he only picks up a gain of 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, look for them to go to the air here. That's sort of been their MO so far, run and then pass.
So 2nd and 7 coming up. They go to the right-hand side, go into that passing game, as Joshua Carlson makes the reception, but gets brought backwards there.
Yeah, just a big hit there by Matthew Payne coming up and making the tackle for a loss.
So certainly bringing the pain in this game, as he's been all over the field. We'll see if he can make another play. We almost see a sack, and then somebody else cleans up the play, and it looks like Dallas Manning gets the sack that will force the 3 and out.
Beautiful play call there by the San Francisco defensive coaching staff. The delayed blitz from the linebacker doesn't get it home, but it allows the other rushers extra time to get off their blocks and bring down the quarterback.
So ever since Cleveland got that initial 7-0 lead, San Francisco has been on a tear, and they have the football once again.
Yeah, and they come out in the gun here, so it's going to be interesting to see if they're able to march down the field and put up even more points here.
And this is certainly a good start, as Charles Gill nearly picks up the first down off rip.
Yeah, I mean, just this passing game for San Francisco has performed very well here early on.
So here we go now, 2nd and inches, prime play action territory, but they don't go that way. Instead, it's a handoff for Theodore Cox, which is still a 1st down.
Yeah, good play there. Maybe San Francisco can finally get something going in the run game. That's kind of been the only downfall for them so far here today.
And they are sturdily starting to find that rhythm in the running game as Theodore Cox gets the carry again. A gain of 9 this time around.
Yeah, finally, good play there by Cox to pick up a big gain.
As Monroe is going to actually face pressure on 2nd and 1, but it looks like we are going to see Quentin Nichols drive him all the way back to the 44-yard line.
Great blitz there off that left side.
So now 3rd and 13 here for San Francisco as Monroe drops back. The pass does find Charles Gill, but it's going to be short of the 1st down marker.
Yeah, now if you're Cleveland, this is what you needed. Get the ball back to your offense, get a big stop here.
So 4th and 3 from the Cleveland 46-yard line as we'll see a touchback there. Are you kind of surprised that you didn't see them go for it on 4th down?
No, I mean, it's still pretty early on in this game. You're on your own side of the field there at that point. Just punt it away and let your defense play as good as they have been.
So Cleveland now will take it back over here as they are still trying to find that running game, but Matthew Payne is making it extremely difficult.
Yeah, I mean, the linebackers for San Francisco are getting to the edge so fast, no room to run.
So 2nd and 7 as more of the pressure being placed on Peyton Cross. Picks up a gain of 3, but they got to find a big play downfield.
If I'm San Francisco here, they're probably going to be bringing pressure here. Got to get this ball out quick if you're Cleveland.
So 3rd and 4 now as Cross, he does find some pressure in his face, and it almost leads to an interception in the process.
That's exactly what you want if you're San Francisco. That is how they love to handle 3rd down, force the quarterback to make a quick decision.
So it looks like San Francisco playing that field position game as Hale's going to break a tackle initially and gets brought down eventually at about the 35-yard line.
So 5 minutes left here before halftime. We'll see if San Francisco starts to play the clock.
So 5 minutes left to play, as you said, and we see the first play of this new drive for San Francisco. Monroe drops back to the right-hand side. He's got Cox down the sideline. He finds some space and gets forced out of bounds, but not before crossing midfield.
I mean, San Francisco just speed at every position. I mean, you put a linebacker on Cox, you're asking to get burned.
So we'll see if San Francisco presses their advantage. Gets it to Cox on the outside. Breaks. How about that? He just stiff-armed that man to the next dimension. Did you see that?
Yeah, great stiff arm there by Cox. And, I mean, just absolutely starting to find his rhythm on the ground.
So here we go now. 2nd and 1. Prime play action territory. But instead, they go to Theodore Cox. He's going to be brought down in the backfield by Quentin Nichols.
Yeah, and I mean, at that point, if you're the quarterback, you got to recognize you've got too many guys in the box to be running it to the outside like that.
So 7 guys in the box here on this 3rd and 4. As they go to the fullback, he's going to get a carry. It's Devon Childs, and it's going to be a drive extending 1st down.
Yeah, the defense was full there. They were expecting it to go to Cox, and that time Childs able to pick up a good gain.
So this could very well be the final play that we see here in the 1st quarter. And Theodore Cox making the most of it, a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, really good rhythm here as we hit the 2-minute warning.
And speaking of Theodore Cox, he's going to come back in the game, subbing in for Christian Hill. We got a 2nd and 5 from the 29-yard line as Monroe drops back the pass. He's got all day to throw this football. He's going towards the end zone with this one, and it's going to be caught. Touchdown, San Francisco. Caleb Wheeler with the huge grab.
A beautiful toe-tapping touchdown there with the defender all over him. What a catch by Wheeler.
And to still be able to get that 10 toes down movement as well. You'll absolutely love to see it if you're rooting for San Francisco here in the live stream. So now we'll go ahead and see Jose Wilkins kick this football off back into the hands of Vincent Smith. He had a decent return, and he's going to get another one here, get it to about the 30-yard line.
If you're Cleveland here, need to get some sort of points on the board before halftime.
So here we go. 1:48 left to play in the first half, but Cleveland still has their free timeouts. Cross looks to the right-hand side, throws it towards the boundary. It's going to be a diving grab there, but looks like Glenn Gilbert with the catch.
Yeah, no gain on the play, though. Need to start moving the ball downfield here.
So time becoming of the essence right now as Cross will go ahead and throw the football again. This time to the left-hand side to a Joshua Carlson that was waiting for the football.
Yeah, way to come back to that ball there and make sure the defender isn't able to make a play on it.
So a efficient day for Peyton Cross, but just not enough consistency on the offensive end yet. We'll see if that changes on this drive. As now, 1:15 left to play. Cross, he's got time. He's going to launch it downfield. He's got a man. No, it's intercepted. Wow, I did not see that coming. Matthew Payne once again really proving his worth.
I mean, the receiver beat his man easily, but, I mean, the quarterback just does not have the strength nor the accuracy to put it where it needs to be.
Wow, so that is really unfortunate if you're Cleveland. And now San Francisco has a chance to score. They have all free timeouts too.
Yeah, definitely good opportunity here for San Francisco.
So Monroe is going to face 5 men rushing the quarterback. Tries to go downfield, but just couldn't make the play. So here we go now, 2nd and 10 from the 49-yard line. Monroe drops back the pass. He's going to try again downfield. Has the right idea, but just lacks the execution.
Yeah, a little overthrown on that one, but Cleveland leaving guys in position to make big plays down the field. Got to tighten it up.
So 3rd and 10, they're actually going to decide to run the football, and Cleveland calls a timeout. Are you surprised by that 3rd down call?
Yeah, I definitely would have expected them to be a little bit more aggressive, but maybe they feel like their defense is good enough that they can prevent Cleveland from scoring within 30 seconds.
So we will go ahead and see, and Cleveland actually fields this, and they're going to actually lose yardage on the return. Very head-scratching decision.
Yeah, special teams, you know, you practice it all week. You got to be able to execute it right in the game.
So Cross is going to go ahead and start throwing here on 1st and 10. Gets it out to Chris Black, who will get it out of bounds. That still saves some time.
Yeah, but you only have 20 seconds, only 2 timeouts, and you have to go the full length of the field here.
So we'll see how aggressive they end up being here. They're going to be ultra aggressive. Wow, how is that not caught?
Oh, man, and that's the story of this first half for Cleveland. Just missed opportunities. That time, the quarterback puts it where it needs to be, and it goes right through the receiver's hands.
So you absolutely hate to see it now, and it's 3rd and 4. I'm curious to see if they'll run the football. They will, and we'll see if San Francisco calls a timeout, and it looks like they're going to the halftime locker room.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're San Francisco, this game has gone completely your way.
So after things were initially close, it was now a 14-0 run for San Francisco. What's your biggest takeaway here from this first half?
I mean, San Francisco's just dominated in every way possible. Their defense is just giving Cleveland no room to get any separation downfield. Their offense is clicking on all cylinders, and Cleveland needs to make some sort of adjustment here at halftime, or this could get ugly quick.
So San Francisco doing a better job of taking care of the football, as well as outgaining Cleveland significantly. And here's the thing, San Francisco, they get the ball to start this second half here as we go ahead and get this 3rd quarter started. Devon Child's going to take the return. Oh, he hurdles over a defender before being brought down at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, and great opportunity here for the Sharks to really put this game out of reach.
So 1st and 10 in San Francisco's first possession of the second half. Dumps it off to Theodore Cox, but he can't make the play.
Yeah, just couldn't get his hands on that one there.
So now, 2nd and 10 coming after the incompletion. Monroe's going to drop back the pass, though. Gets it out to Wheeler. He breaks the tackle and gets it to the outside. Caleb Wheeler with some tough yardage there.
Yeah, San Francisco, they love those crossing routes to Wheeler there.
So now, 1st and 10 back in Cleveland territory as he gets some nice blocking on the outside, and Theodore Cox is going to take advantage.
Yeah, Cleveland was able to contain Cox in that first quarter, but ever since, he's been running pretty good.
So now 2nd and 4 from the 43-yard line, and it looks like a prime play action opportunity. They straight up pass it instead, trying to do attack downfield, and it's going to be caught. It's caught by Charles Gill, and picking up right where they left off. Another touchdown for San Francisco.
Yeah, the defender's in a position to make a play, just completely loses track of both the ball and the receiver, and Gill able to just take off with that one once he caught it.
And how about Mike Monroe here in this first half? 14 for 18, 281 yards, and 3 touchdowns. More importantly, he doesn't turn the football over. You love to see it. A great performance for him. And now we're going to see if Peyton Cross, can he respond and get his team back in the game?
Yeah, they definitely need to go more towards the passing game for Cleveland here. The question is, will they be successful in doing so?
So this might be a little bit out of their comfort zone, knowing their tendencies. They're still going with the ground game. Are you a little bit surprised that there's not much urgency on the Cleveland sideline?
No, not necessarily. It's only the first play of the drive. That kind of sets up a little bit of play action here.
So 2nd and 10 coming up, as it looks like San Francisco has 8 guys in the box. We will see Peyton Cross throw his football downfield, throws it up, and it will be deflected away.
Yeah, and really good coverage here by this secondary for San Francisco.
So now 3rd and 10 coming, not a situation they want to be in, as Cross needs to make a play here on 3rd down, and it's nearly intercepted, and Cleveland will have to punt the football away.
I don't know what happened there. You had your guy wide open, and you just short arm it. Nearly gets picked off.
So we will go ahead and see a 3 and out from Cleveland, as we'll see Hale go ahead, get the return, gets it to about the 36-yard line, and this is a dangerous time for Cleveland right now.
Yeah, very dangerous here. Cannot give up points on this drive, otherwise this game's basically out of reach at that point.
So with that, a critical drive for both teams here, as we'll see if Cleveland has some fight left in them. So now, 2nd and 4 coming from the 41-yard line. Monroe tosses it out to the right-hand side, but Theodore Cox gets blown up in the backfield, as it looks like David Haig makes the play for a loss of 4.
Yeah, great job there on that toss, being able to wrap up and bring him down and not letting him break that tackle.
So on the verge of another 3 and out here, as they try to go deep on this 3rd and 8. Mike Monroe trying to expose the Cleveland secondary, but is incomplete.
If this were a basketball game, that'd be called a heat check there by Monroe. He hit so many deep passes, he thought he could hit another one there.
So instead, we are going to see Maxwell Murray with the punt, and almost gets it, in that coffin corner in the middle of the field, but just going to be a touchback. So now, 1st and 10 coming for Cleveland here as they get a stop on defense, as we'll see Chris Black with the carry, gets it to right outside the 30-yard line.
Still plenty of time for Cleveland to put up points here, but they need to start going quickly here.
And it's a critical time right now as Peyton Cross needs to make a play. He wants to make one downfield, and it's going to be the 10 toes down movement. That is Joshua Carlson with a critical reception.
Huge play down the field there. He knew he needed to take a shot, and he did just that.
So 1st and 10 now as we go back on the ground for Chris Black. He has struggled to find a rhythm in this game, and that will continue as he only picks up 4.
Yeah, those 4-yard carries, those are good. You pick up 3 straight of those. That's a first down every time.
So Cross is going to drop back the pass, looks over the middle of the field, and he will end up finding Willis. Willis will be picking up the first down for the Coyotes.
All right, finally some life from this Cleveland offense here as they're knocking on the door of the red zone.
So just outside the red zone as they go back to Chris Black. Tries to spin it to the outside, but just nowhere left to go.
Great open field tackle one-on-one. If the defender there isn't able to make that tackle, that's a first down for Black.
So 2nd and 8 now as Cross will drop back the pass again. Dumps it off to Willis, who gets yet another reception. The backup tailback picks up 5.
So 3rd and manageable here for Cleveland. You got to pick it up here.
So now 3rd and 3 from the 18-yard line. It's the first red zone opportunity since the first quarter. We'll see if they can come away with points on this drive. Gets it out to Hardy. Hardy's going to cut it inside and gets it inside the 10-yard line for a goal line situation.
Yeah, great pass there. Now you've got yourself first and goal. Need to punch this in desperately here for Cleveland.
So first and goal from the 8-yard line. Massive possession right here as Black is going to find a little bit of running space here and gets it to about the 3-yard line.
And I expect Cleveland to go right back to the run game here on second and goal.
So here we go. We'll see if they do just that. Only 6 guys in the box. Instead, they pass the football, and it's going to be intercepted by Webster. Oh, that is a critical turnover. You absolutely hate to see it.
Yeah, I mean, just absolutely killer if you're Cleveland there. You finally get a good drive, and it turns into an interception. Just heartbreaking for Cleveland.
So now first and 10 from the 4-yard line. They are backed up significantly, but Theodore Cox is going to provide them some breathing room.
Yeah, that's good there. You get out from having to run out of your own end zone there.
So that will open up the playbook a little bit here as they go back to Cox. And Cox is going to get some hard running. Tries to run through a defender, but still picks up a first down.
Yeah, good running there by Cox. He's turned out to have a pretty good day here so far.
Solid day for Theodore Cox, and he's going to be in to block on this next play. He's got some time downfield, got a man, and it's going to be caught once again. How about that? Might be Charles Gill with a big-time throw.
It absolutely is. Now over 100 yards receiving on the day for Charles Gill.
So how about this? Starting at inside the 5-yard line, mind you, and all of a sudden they are going to be in field goal range.
Yeah, absolutely just a wonderful day for the San Francisco passing game today. Cleveland has had no answer for it.
And speaking of which, Monroe is going to try to pass once again, but this time Cleveland not even giving them the opportunity to do so as David Haig comes away with the sack.
His third tackle of the day here for Haig, really the only guy on Cleveland that's been able to make any plays.
So now 3rd and 9, they go to Cox, and Cox is going to not gain any yardage there. That's Jason Chandler that makes the tackle.
All right, there you go. Now set up for the field goal. Just take your points.
So Jose Wilkins is going to go for the field goal attempt here, and the 50-yard field goal is going to be good. But considering where they started, huge win for San Francisco.
Yeah, and again, just a huge blow to Cleveland's momentum. You finally had a drive inside the 5, and you throw an interception, and San Francisco just continues to torch you downfield.
So 31-7 now being your score, and it's turning into desperation mode for the Cleveland Coyotes.
Yeah, definitely need to see some big plays downfield here.
So now 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. A big field coming up as Chris Black gets absolutely obliterated in the backfield by Phillip Gross.
I mean, Gross just manhandled the offensive lineman there to get back there and blow that play up. Huge loss.
So a huge burden on Peyton Cross's shoulders now as they were likely to pass. Dropping back to pass, so he's going to go for it all downfield, and it's going to be caught. Vincent Smith with a big-time reception.
That's the 3rd time they've gone to that same play with Smith down the field, but they finally connect there on that one.
So now Cleveland in San Francisco territory once again. We'll see if they come away with points on this drive, as it looks like this will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. And that will indeed be the case as San Francisco up 31-7. If Cleveland's going to pull this comeback, how you see that happening?
I mean, you need like a score right now on this play, and you're going to have to get really lucky to be able to come back in this one against a good San Fran team.
So we'll see if they can find a little bit of lady luck here as Cross is able to get away from the initial defender, but it's going to be Wallace Thompson that cleans up the play.
And absolutely what you could not have there is a sack if you're Cleveland.
So now 3rd and long as they try to go one-on-one. It's going to be intercepted yet again. Here we go now. Carroll taking it down the field, as that is going to be another huge play for the Sharks defense.
I mean, what can you say? Just went up there, one-on-one, made the catch, and by the way, breaking news, Aaron Judge has hit his 62nd home run.
So congratulations to Aaron Judge for breaking the American League record for most home runs in a season. I'm sure if you're an ESPN fan, if you like college football, don't have to worry about that double box anymore. So now we'll go ahead and see Theodore Cox run the ball up the middle of the field and gets it past midfield.
Yeah, San Francisco now just trying to drain this clock and get out of here with the victory without any injuries.
So we'll see if they can go ahead and put an early dagger in Cleveland, but you got to complete that pass if you want to do so. So 2nd and 10 now coming up. They'll go back to the running game as Theodore Cox is able to hurdle over a defender there, but it looks like Figueroa is going to make the tackle in the open field.
Yeah, good tackle there.
So now 3rd and 8, you're going to try to run the football once again, trying to drain this clock a little bit more, but that's not going to be able to pick up this first down here.
No, but this does drain quite a bit of clock off here, and then, you know, it's going to be a long field for Cleveland to try and drive.
So they will go ahead and punt this football away as Cleveland will have to start at the 20-yard line due to the touchback. So here we go now, 1st and 10 from that 20-yard line. Cleveland needing to score and score in a hurry, but they go to their running game, and Chris Black gets blown up in the backfield again. Matthew Payne is having one heck of a ball game.
Yeah, just absolutely nowhere to go there for the running back. 12th tackle of the day for Payne.
So an absolute menace to the Coyotes offense, as on the next play, they will go ahead and dump it off to Vincent Smith, who picks up the original line of scrimmage and then some. So now 3rd and 5 coming up here as Cross desperately needs a big-time play. Can he deliver? Cross throws over the left-hand side, but it's going to be incomplete. What do you do here if you're the Coyotes?
I mean, do you think you can come back? It doesn't look like they do. It's time they surrender. They're going to send out the punt team.
So because of that surrender, Maxwell Murray comes out onto the field as Elias Hill is going to bring the ball up to the 31-yard line. We'll see if San Francisco drains more of this clock.
Yeah, definitely going to try and keep it on the ground here if you're San Fran. Run it with Theodore Cox.
So now, actually, Monroe is going to pass the football here. A little surprising, but it works anyways as Caleb Wheeler makes the catch and does so in bounds.
Yeah, good job there staying in bounds on that one, as that'll drain a lot more clock.
So now, 1st and 10, and they're going 5 wide for this next play. I'm surprised that they're still being aggressive as Monroe throws to the left-hand side, but is going to be broken up, and that will stop the clock more importantly.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely no reason to still be throwing it, especially on 1st down if you're San Francisco there. Risky throw there almost leads to a turnover.
So we'll see if they return back to the running game here on 2nd and 10 as Theodore Cox does get the carry, but he is going to be brought down by Peter Medina.
Yeah, just nowhere to go. That play was blown up immediately by the Cleveland defensive line.
So 3rd and 15 now, going to try to chuck it deep downfield. It's going to be caught once again. It's Caleb Wheeler with the catch. He's been huge on this drive.
Yeah, 2nd receiver now for San Francisco, over 100 yards on the day with his 8th catch of the day.
So here comes the San Francisco Sharks, looking for that dagger once again. 4 wide set, a tight end to the left. Monroe got a clean pocket to work with, gets it out to none other than Charles Gill, who breaks a tackle and picks up yet another 1st down for San Francisco.
I mean, just awful tackling all day by this Cleveland defense here.
And it looks like the will is being absolutely sucked out of him right now. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line. Cox going to run to the left-hand side, breaks a tackle, and picks up a good set of yards there.
Yeah, and that'll keep this clock running now as we come up on 6 minutes.
So getting under that 7-minute mark here. Now down to 6:30. Monroe is going to pass the football surprisingly. Gets it out to Theodore Cox. And is that going to be a 1st down? It looks like he's just a yard shy.
Yeah, but he does stay in bounds. It's 3rd and short. They can easily pick this up, keeping it on the ground.
So we'll see if they know if it passes. Huge surprise there. Going to the end zone, and it works. Oh my goodness, another touchdown for San Francisco. This time, Caleb Wheeler.
And the Cleveland coaching staff not happy about that after the big touchdown. They feel like San Francisco's trying to run it up on them.
And it could also be, you know, on the other side of that, if you don't want the score ran up on you, you got to play through the whistle too.
I completely agree there, man. If you don't like it, you better stop them. And Cleveland has not been able to do that at all today.
They haven't been able to do anything today, I would argue, but it is what it is for the Factory of Sadness, as we'll see if Cleveland can, you know, get some garbage time points on the board here in the last 5 minutes of this game.
Yeah, hopefully they can connect on something here, give them a little momentum going into next week's game.
So now 5:34 left to play. We'll see if Cleveland can play with some pride here in the last few minutes, as the game has all been decided. And a good run to start this drive, but he suffers a knee injury.
Oh, and that's definitely not what you want to see if you're Cleveland. Having a star go down like that in garbage time, definitely not good.
And speaking of some potential injuries, I'm surprised that Peyton Cross is perfectly okay. He was facing some heat. So now, 3rd and 9 coming up as Cross is going to drop back the pass. Facing some pressure yet again, and San Francisco is imposing its will right now. And they're going to go for it here on 4th down? That's crazy. Cross dropping back, looks to the left-hand side, and it's incomplete. They're falling apart right now.
Yeah, back-to-back sacks there off of the blitz from San Francisco there. Just Cleveland, no shot on that drive.
So, interesting decision there by Cleveland, as, you know, they punt on the previous drive, but then they're down by even more with less to go, and they go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, strange play calling there.
So, we'll see what San Francisco does here with 3 minutes left to play, as San Francisco is being aggressive as well. Gets it out to Chris Wheeler once again. He gets himself out of bounds, though.
Yeah, you can't do that this late in the game going out of bounds. That does not help you.
Unless you're up by 30 points, then maybe they're trying to run up that score after all. But Cleveland's defense shows a little bit of pride here. Looks like they're going to hold them to a field goal.
Yeah, finally something good happens here by this Cleveland defense.
So we'll go ahead and see if Jose Wilkins can make the field goal. And that is going to be right down the middle. The 40-yard field goal attempt is going to be good.
Yet another field goal attempt here for San Francisco, as they have one of the best kickers in the entire league.
So 41-7 is going to be your score here with 2:18 left to play. Cleveland technically has 4 timeouts, so they can get something going here on their next possession they choose to.
Yeah, the question is, will they be able to with how good the San Francisco defense has been today?
As we'll go ahead and see what Cleveland does. And they're going to go 5 wide. I love the aggression, as Cross is going to throw it to that right-hand side and does get it out to Darrell Ray, as Cleveland will take their first timeout.
Yeah, I like that. Taking the timeout right before the 2-minute warning gives you a little bit of extra time.
So 2nd and 6 coming up as a man gets moved into motion. Cross throwing again here. Last play before the 2-minute warning, as it gets it out to Gilbert. And Glenn Gilbert makes the catch once again. We're now at the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, hopefully they can pick up this first down here on 3rd down.
So 3rd and 4, of course, they're going to pass it once again. San Francisco sending a little bit of pressure, but Conley delivers a good pass to Darrell Ray.
Yeah, nice pass there over the middle. San Francisco brought a little pressure there up the middle.
So 1st and 10 now from the 35-yard line. This Cross will once again drop back the pass. He wants it all downfield. He's going to get it as Darrell Ray makes the catch and gets himself a fun out of bounds, but Cleveland chooses to take a timeout.
John, I was wondering why Cleveland was doing all those little short passes. That's why right there it sets up the big play downfield.
So playing until that final whistle, that's for sure. But Cleveland is out of timeout, so they can't afford any losses. Cross takes it to the right-hand side, gets it to Tyson Cole, but he can't get out of bounds. Clock is running.
Gotta go fast here, Cleveland out of timeouts.
So tick, 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 tick. 2nd and 7 now. Cross again passing. No surprises here. Looks right. He's going to get it out. Looks like might have been Glenn Gilbert with the target, but it's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, rush throw there. inaccurate. Couldn't get his hands on it.
So 3rd and 7 coming up as Cross trying to go for it all, but it's going to be deflected away at the last possible moment.
Interesting to see what they do here. They are in field goal range, but they will go for the touchdown.
So they will be going for it here on 4th down. No pride loss. Cross in the shotgun, drops back, looks downfield, and it's going to be broken up, and San Francisco will take over once again.
And Cleveland not able to stop the clock, so San Fran can now just sit in victory formation here.
So they will be taking some knees, and Cleveland, now that they are out of timeouts, they cannot do anything here to stop the clock. And that is exactly what they're going to be doing right now as we see that chew clock feature chewed on here for the San Francisco Sharks, as that is going to be likely the final play of the game. What's your final thoughts in this one?
I mean, just absolute domination by San Francisco. 41 unanswered points following the leadoff touchdown by the Coyotes here. Just a great game overall for Mike Monroe. 4 touchdowns, no picks. I mean, it was just absolute domination.
And you want to talk about getting the job done too. Even a 75% completion percentage, you absolutely love to see it. And you're right, man. Ever since Cleveland got that 7-0 lead, 41 unanswered points for the San Francisco Sharks.
Yeah, it was just a great game by San Francisco. And if you're Cleveland here, got to figure out what's going on here. Cannot continue to play this poorly going into the season, especially since it's only an 8-week season.
Yeah, and like you said, 8-week season, every moment counts, and that is certainly something that Cleveland's going to regret down the line. But with that being said, that will wrap up tonight's presentation of this Axis League football matchup between the Cleveland Coyotes and the San Francisco Sharks. I'm John J. Gaming on the mic, signing off along with iDesh Gaming. If you enjoyed tonight's presentation of the Axis Football League, whether you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, make sure you go ahead, smack that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you're watching on Twitch right now, hit that follow button for us as you are following in on a great season of the Axis Football League. But for now, we're going to sign off. Take care, everybody. Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of the Axis Football League. We are coming at you with the New York City Barons going on the road to take on the Louisiana Gators. I'm joined by fellow commentator Josh Verdell. How you feeling about this game, partner? And we certainly got an exciting matchup on tap, so you're going to want to get your popcorn. We got some great football officially underway as Carnahan's going to start the game with a pass on 1st and 10, and he nearly gets intercepted to start this game. So that is going to make it 2nd and 10 now from the 30-yard line, as Carnahan's going to move a man in motion, dropping back the pass here. He's got some time to work with, gets it over the middle of the field, but it's going to be incomplete again. So, yeah, very jittery for sure, as they are now on national TV. It's 3rd and 10 coming up here. They're going to throw it down the field and had a receiver in the area, but receivers can't make the play, and it's going to be a free and out early. So we'll go ahead now and see Louisiana, fresh off that free and out that they got from the defense. We'll see if they can carry that momentum here on 1st and 10. As now we'll go ahead and see Lewis Brady go to work here. Gets it across the 30-yard line for the first offensive play for the Louisiana Gators. So we'll go ahead and see Henskine take it downfield, and it's going to be broken up at the last second, but I love the aggression though. So now Zachary Henskine on 3rd and 6 is going to drop back the pass a second time. This time gets it out to Bradley down the middle of the field, and it's a huge first down for the Gators.
Yeah, Louisiana having some success on the offensive side so far.
So 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line, as Henskine is going to hand the football off to Lewis Brady. And Lewis, he's going to be brought down by Hugo Gordon, who makes a massive hit. So now 2nd and 10 coming here as Henskine faces monumental pressure, and he's going to be brought down by a soaring Irvin Fies.
Yeah, Irvin Fies, one of the tremendous linebackers on this New York squad.
So 3rd and 17, gets hit again, this time from the blind side, as it's Eric Hubbs who blows him up.
Yeah, the defenses, they're going to be that good. And Louisiana just messed around and found out, and they're going to punt.
They certainly messed around and found out, as we will see Lawrence Fletch with his first punt of the night, which does result in a touchback. So now we'll go ahead and see New York take back over as Luke Carnahan, he's going to throw it over the middle of the field. The idea was there, but the execution was not.
Yeah, we've seen a few of those from New York already. Carnahan, very rare 0-4 start.
So Luke Carnahan trying to get back on track, still searching for that first completion. He's going to get it as Bruce Can picks up the first down for the New York.
Yeah, and that's the toughest completion to get, the first one out of the gate. Carnahan officially off the schneid, 1 for 5 now.
So now we'll see if Carnahan can find a rhythm as Louisiana sends the blitz, but calmly gets it out to Martin Newman, who's nearly at midfield.
Yeah, we got ourselves a first down.
So now Carnahan, after that 0-4 start, with 2 consecutive completions here, looking for a third. Carnahan dumps it out to Bruce Can on the field and gets it past the 50-yard line.
And that's what you got to do if you're having trouble throwing the ball down the field. You got to find the flats, throw balls at the line of scrimmage, get your running backs involved.
So back to Bruce Can, this time running the football this time. It is a solid gain, a gain of 4 yards. So third and short coming up as Carnahan gets it out to none other than Sammy Knight, and he is going to keep the drive alive for the New York Barons. And that was his first catch for 11 yards on the day as the drive stays alive. First and 10. Carnahan looks to the left-hand side, dumps it off. Looks like it was Glenn Malone who ultimately makes the catch.
Yeah, and Malone will make some catches too. He's got a lot of versatility at that wide receiver spot.
So they are riding Luke Carnahan here. 5 consecutive completions so far in the ball game. This time hands it off to Jeff Houston, the fullback, and is going to be blown up by Chavez.
Francisco Chavez, an outstanding linebacker for this Louisiana team.
So now, third and 9, and Carnahan can't dump it off this time. Facing some pressure up the middle of the field, and that's a big-time throw over to Glenn Malone.
And that's a typical Glenn Malone catch. 10 to 15 yards down the field, pretty dirty.
So now, first red zone opportunity for either team, as we'll go ahead and see Carnahan with his first incompletion in the last 7 throws.
Carnahan under a lot of pressure there. I'm almost surprised he got that throw away.
So, smart decision by Carnahan to at least get that football away. Makes it 2nd and 10 more reasonable. And a nice catch there by Will Stevenson. 3rd and 6 coming up.
Had a chance to turn the ball upfield. Wasn't able to keep his momentum from taking him out of bounds.
So now, 3rd and 6 here as Carnahan's going to try to throw it a little bit closer to the end zone and is going to get it. That's Marvin Newman who makes the reception.
That's a dangerous throw on the sideline there, John. I counted 3 black jerseys over there. New York's lucky they kept the football.
And all you need is get it to the guy in the white jersey if you're Luke Carnahan. We'll see he keeps that up here on this 1st and goal. Instead, it's going to be a running play to the right-hand side. The Bruce can, but he simply has nowhere to go as Francisco Chavez makes another huge play.
Yeah, Chavez is going to be all over the field tonight. You could just feel it.
So 2nd and goal now as Carnahan facing some pressure down the left-hand side. Is that a touchdown? Are they going to give it to him? Wow, they're going to mark him at the 1-inch line.
Yeah, that's a great route by Stevenson. Louisiana set the blitz, and Stevenson able to catch the ball. Thought he was in too.
So Carnahan's going to throw it here on 3rd and goal. New Orleans sends the blitz and nowhere to go with it except good old-fashioned Black with the touchdown.
An amazing drive. 15 plays, 79 yards. And that's how you open up the scoring in a football game.
So Jermaine Black's going to get a touchdown, and we'll also see George Lawson kick the extra point in an early 7-0 lead for the Barons. As we'll go ahead and see Louisiana get the football once again here, as Schwartz is going to take it downfield, finds a little bit of space there. Could be brought down at about the 25-yard line. So now we see Louisiana take back over, as we'll see if they can have some better results on this drive. As now Holinsky under center. He's going to get it out to Lewis Brady. Tries to take it to the outside, but New York was able to out-leverage them there.
Yeah, one of the things about playing nickel and dime package in this game, which New York likes to do a lot of, they're in a nickel here, you can play some pretty good run defense out of those sets.
So Holinsky is going to drop back the pass on this 3rd down, and it's going to pick it up as that is Washington, who moves the sticks there for the 1st down.
Holinsky's starting to find a rhythm a lot in the way that Carnahan did earlier.
So Lewis Brady is going to get the handoff here, spins away from a defender, does eventually get brought down, but not before crossing the 40-yard line. So now, 2nd and 5 coming up here as Holinsky under shotgun, dumps it off to a crossing receiver and just plain misses him.
New York sent the blitz. Holinsky saw his hot route. They couldn't connect. That should have been a 1st down.
So now, 3rd and 5 from the 41-yard line. Holinsky trying to throw to the right-hand side, gets it out to Roberts, and Roberts once again coming through and picking up the 1st down.
And New York loves to blitz, especially from the corners. You just saw it there. But this time, Holinsky connected on his hot route and got a 1st down.
So one of the last plays here in the first quarter as they go back to Lewis Brady. He's get some great blocking of field, fighting for those tough yards, and now in New York territory.
Another great drive here. Let's see if Louisiana can keep it going in the second quarter.
And that will wrap up the first quarter of action as New York enjoys an early 7-0 lead. But Louisiana is putting together a drive. We'll see if they can finish it here, starting with this 2nd and 3. Howinski dropping back, facing some pressure, and he's going to be lit up like a Christmas tree, as that is Irvin Fies with his 2nd sack of the game.
Yeah, Fies benefits from a lot of the blitzing that New York does. He's usually the guy that gets loose.
So 3rd and 10, and how about Sawinski coming through, finding his tailback Lewis Brady for the first down.
Hinsky's been pretty hot on this drive, knocking on the door almost at field goal range.
So 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line as Lewis Brady, there's a fumble, and Irvin Fies recovers it. How about this for a big-time first half for this linebacker?
And that is a huge play. Kills a big drive. Louisiana had a chance to get points.
So Carnahan with a chance to go ahead. Oh, he's going to try to scramble here. Oh, is he? He's going to get sacked by Erickson. But how about that effort, though, by Luke Carnahan?
Yeah, Carnahan looked like he had room to roam. And if it wasn't for Erickson, he's probably gone.
So 2nd and 11 coming up here after the immaculate scramble just to lose a yard. And then we'll be trying to remain on schedule with this 5-yard catch.
You see the numbers there for Carnahan. Very impressive first half.
So a very efficient start to this game as Luke Carnahan's going to take a deep shot downfield, but it's going to be incomplete, though. New York, after the turnover, has to punt the football away.
You got to think about it. Carnahan started 0 for 4, and since then he's completed 11 of his last 13.
So Lawrence Finch will punt this football away as we'll see Hall take it out and get it to about the 20-yard line for the next possession here for Louisiana.
And Hinsky has a chance to answer. There was an unfortunate fumble, but they have a chance to correct it, and they're still only 1 score down.
So they had a good drive going last time out. We'll see if they can have that once again without turning the football over. But first, they got to get through Hugo Gordon.
Hugo Gordon, a great middle linebacker for this New York team.
As now, 2nd and 8, going to try to throw it out to the right-hand side. It looks like it's more of a throwaway than anything.
Yeah, not sure what to make of that.
Yeah, not sure either, but it leads to 3rd and 8 nonetheless, as Howinski going to throw over the middle of the field. It's going to be deflected away there, and Louisiana has to go 3 and out now.
And that's a really unfortunate 3 and out for Louisiana. New York with a chance to build some real momentum here.
So 4th down, we will see a punt once again, and it's going to be Carol Hernandez who gets it just a couple yards shy of the 40. Great field position for New York here.
Carnahan in the pistol here.
Yeah, you love to see it. Carnahan's going to throw it to the right-hand side, gets it out to Glenn Malone for the first down, and we'll see Lawrence Hunt make the tackle. So now, 2nd and 8 coming up. Carnahan's going to move a man in motion. Likes the matchup. Is going to try to pass the football. Dumps it off, though, to Sammy Knight, who gets a lot out of a little here, and he's finally pushed out at around the 20-yard line. Big-time play for Sammy.
And you could say this about most of the wide receivers on this New York team. You better tackle it with the first player you've got, or they're going to get some big yardage on you.
So we're going to get a touchdown here. Quadruple coverage. And I'm surprised that's not intercepted there, Josh.
Carnahan still swinging here, taking a shot at the end zone. I think that was a good opportunity, too. Maybe not the best decision, but a good time to throw that ball.
So Carnahan here on 2nd and 10 is going to try to throw it towards the 5-yard line, as we are going to see Jermaine Black with a catch that provides a goal line opportunity.
Real gut check time here for Louisiana. You do not want to fall down 2 scores to this team.
So here we go. We'll see who's got the bigger guts. He's going to run the football. And how about this big-time play there by Daniel to drive him back a little bit?
Got to do that 2, maybe 3 more times.
So we'll see if they can do that a couple more times as they go back on the ground for Bruce Can. This time he picks up positive yardage and a 3rd and short coming up here, Josh.
Yeah, and that's a big surprise. Louisiana got penetration in the A gap, and Can still managed to get away and scramble for a few.
So Louisiana goes into a goal line set here. We'll see how New York attacks this. 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line. Carnahan, he throws it short. He's going to get it out to Jermaine Black. And it's going to be a 14-0 lead for the New York Barons.
Yeah, that's a huge play from New York. Ignacio Rivera, that was his man on the crossing route over the middle, and just nowhere to go.
So I'm happy that I did not just jinx the kicker here as he's able to make his extra point. So now it actually is 14-0.
That's all right. It's a foregone conclusion in most instances.
So we'll see if Louisiana, let's see what that gut is feeling like here on the offensive end as Swartz takes it out beyond the 20-yard line. This feels like a big drive here early for the Gators.
Yeah, plenty of ball game left here. You just got to avoid some more turnovers.
So we'll see what Lewis Brady and company can do here on this next possession as they go to the toss play to the right-hand side, but only picks up a gain of 4.
And Lewis Brady may not be the answer for this team in Season 2. I'd like to see Zachary Hinsky put the ball in the air a little more. Act like you're down by 14.
So that's what Hinsky's going to do. He's going to put the ball in the air. Finds Lewis Brady once again. It's going to be a 1st down. Nice call, Josh.
And this is how conservative Louisiana's been. New York sent both cornerbacks on the blitz. Hinsky barely got that ball away, and they barely got the 1st down.
So 1st and 10 here as Hinsky is going to hand it off once again for Lewis Brady. Still not a lot of running room, but still remaining on schedule.
Yeah, and Brady, he may not bust a lot of it, but he is good for 3, 4, 5 yards a pop on these runs.
Definitely a very powerful running back as Hinsky facing some pressure from New York, but taking a shot downfield. It's incomplete, but at least it keeps the defense honest.
Yeah, and I think he had the matchup he wanted. It looked like Carl McGee, the linebacker, was in pass coverage, and he did have safety help.
So 3rd and 5 as Lewis Brady, they try to run with him here, but he's going to be brought down before the 1st down marker.
Louisiana has a chance to pin them deep with a good punt.
So 4th and short coming up, and we will go ahead and see Louisiana punt. And it looks like it's going to just barely be a touchback here. New York takes over at the 20-yard line.
Let's see if the Luke Carnahan show could stay on the air here for another 4:47.
So here we'll see what Luke Carnahan can do with 4:47 left to play in the 1st half. Looks over to the left-hand side, gets it out. Looks like that is the backup tailback Wesley Beck there.
Nice throw and catch there by New York.
So now 2nd and 4 coming up here inside the 4-minute mark. Gonna get it in to the hands of Bruce Can, and he can pick up the sticks.
Can, one of the better rushers I've seen in week 1 so far. We haven't seen a lot of broken tackles here. And Bruce Can seems to be making the first man miss.
So Carnahan looking at an overroad to the right-hand side, but going left, he's got a man, and it's going to be dropped. A surefire touchdown.
Oh, Martin Newman, baby, what is you doing? That had 6
He
points
had-
written all over it.
My man literally had the bag, and he fumbled the bag right there. And so instead, it's going to be a 2nd and 10. We will see Stevenson make the catch, but it should be 21-0 right now.
Martin Newman with an knee injury on that play, and it looks like his night might be done. That's bad news for New York.
I wonder if that did contribute to his drop a couple of plays ago, as we'll now pick up here on 1st and 10. Kenahan is going to take some pressure here, as it looks like Evan Bishop is going to light up Luke Carnahan.
And that is huge. Back-to-back, couple of strings of bad luck for New York. Now we're going empty.
But instead, we will have the 2-minute warning. We'll see if they go back to that empty set here in his first play after the 2-minute warning. And they will not. We'll see if Bruce Can gets a carry. He doesn't. Carnahan looks downfield. He's got a man once again, and that's dropped again.
Yeah, I think Carnahan just needed a little bit more on that ball. Double coverage. He had to overthrow his receiver to make it close, and he couldn't quite do it.
So it could, like I said, it could really be 21-0 right now. And instead, we're going to see New York punt the football away. Louisiana's got a couple of timeouts too.
And that's a great stop by Louisiana. You're forcing New York to make plays. And they came up just short there. And it looks like Louisiana will have a touchback.
Yep, that is also going to be a touchback here, courtesy of Warren's Fletch. We'll see if Louisiana opens it up a little bit here. Last possession of the first half, potentially, for the Gators.
Hinsky has 142. Let's see what he's got.
So Kinski is going to try to throw to the right-hand side here, but it's going to be broken up by a host of Baron defenders. So now, 2nd and 10 coming up as Hinsky still finding that rhythm in his ball game. Dumping it off once again, it's Bradley. And definitely a little bit too conservative for my likes, Josh. As we'll go ahead and jump into a 3rd and 5. Brady going to run it up the right-hand side. He's going to pick up the first down at the 35-yard line. We'll see if the Gators go no huddle here.
It's a good idea. You still have 2 timeouts, but you want to save at least one of them.
So 5 wide set here as Hensky's going 0 backfield. 1st and 10. Hensky going to drop back the pass. He's got 3 men rushing him. He's going to throw it downfield, and it's going to be caught. It's going to be caught by Roberts, and he gets out of bounds as well.
That's a huge catch. Big yardage, stops the clock. You're almost at field goal range.
So inside the 40-yard line now as Louisiana is looking to get that goose egg off the scoreboard.
Yeah, at this point, when you're this close to the goal line, the clock is almost not an option. You're not going to be able to run Lewis Brady too much, but you do have that option.
So they still have those 2 timeouts as Hinsky's looking to take a deep shot downfield. It's actually caught. And how about that pile drive into the end zone? Touchdown, Gators.
That was an amazing catch by Frederick Schwartz. Over the left shoulder, managed to bring it in and then truck the defender to get in the end zone.
Yeah, you want to talk about a you got Moss moment. I think we saw one here in this week 2 action between these 2 teams.
Yeah, it's just a remarkable play and at just the right time for Louisiana.
So now we'll see what New York can do with 47 seconds left. They do got a couple of timeouts, and Carnahan, he's certainly cooking right now as Sammy Knight is going to provide them with some solid field position to work with.
Louisiana has been playing really well right now. Let's see what Carnahan could do. Remember, they've lost Martin Newman for the night.
So now we'll go ahead and see what this New York team has. Looking downfield, Carnahan's got a guy. It's dropped again.
And that was tremendous closing speed by the safety. Remarkable that was incomplete.
Oh, but man, I am shocked by the amount of drops, and now we got not a drop. It's going to be intercepted, and now Louisiana have a chance to tie this game.
The worm is starting to turn here. Hinsky's starting already in field goal range.
So how about that for a Nuno reverse card as we'll go ahead and see if Louisiana can tie it up. They will take one of their timeouts, however.
That's a good timeout. You want to make sure you get at least 3 points here. So I think Lewis Brady is off the table, at least for running between the tackles.
So now, Allen Bradley, he got that 2-yard catch on the previous play. Hinsky's going to look over the middle. He's going to get it back to Lewis Brady. It's not a first down, and it's not going to be a first down either. They take their last timeout.
And this is a bit of a surprise. You're really pushing it, getting the field goal unit out here with 12 seconds.
So we'll see if they can get out of bounds here as Washington does not get out of bounds, and they are not going to get points on this possession.
Wow, that is a real missed opportunity there for Louisiana. Didn't manage the clock well. Should have had at least 3 points in that situation. Calling the timeout with 12 seconds there didn't make a lot of sense to me. And really, you could have used it there or at least let it tick down to 3 and go ahead and kick it.
Yeah, you know, my wife plays NCAA 14 quite a bit, and even she knows to save that timeout for the last 5 to 10 seconds. So, like you said, terrible clock management, but got a pretty competitive game on our hands.
Yeah, and you got to like the way Louisiana's played in the second quarter. I mean, they had a rough start, so did New York for that matter, but Louisiana's was even rougher. And it looks like they've got things cooking on both sides of the ball. I think they're going to be in good shape here in the second half, and it looks like they will start the half with the football.
So we will see if Louisiana can go ahead and capitalize on this golden opportunity to tie this football game, and we go ahead officially get the second half underway as Schwartz will take it out of the end zone. Not a great return there, Josh.
No, it's not, but you're just going to get the party started here at this point. You got enough breathing room that it doesn't quite matter.
So Lewis Brady is going to start the second half with a run up the right-hand side, but not a lot of running room to work with in the early going.
Yeah, Lewis Brady's been looking for room this entire game, and he has not found a lot. 12 rushes for 45 yards, not even 4 yards a pop.
So now Hinsky is going to drop back the pass. Immense pressure over the middle, and there's nothing you could do about it as Joseph Shaw is able to get the sack.
Yeah, and Hinsky saw the blitz. Both those inside linebackers charging through the A-gap, but could not get rid of the ball.
Yeah, and when that pressure comes up the middle, there's not much you can do except fight for the next play. And Louisiana is going to go 3 and out to start the second half.
Yeah, and I love what New York is doing on defense. They're really mixing it up. They blitz, and then they only rush 3 with a quarterback spy. And Hinsky's really just not sure what to make of that. Starting to see some nerves kicking in again.
So we'll see Carol Hernandez return this football, and because they got that 3 and out, New York gets some great field position to start the second half.
Right on the logo, Carnahan looks like he might come out swinging here on first down.
We'll see if they take a big shot here early as Carnahan looks to pass, and it looks like he will do just that, and it's going to be caught by none other than Sammy Knight. You'll love to see it.
Sammy Knight getting separation, did not have safety help, and now first and goal New York.
So that was a 49-yard passing play to Sammy Knight as they look to put a exclamation point on the drive as we see Evan Bishop there go ahead and get the loss for a yard.
Still plenty of time, plenty of opportunity for New York here.
So second and goal now from the 5-yard line as he gets it back into Bruce Can. And how about this? Completely untouched, and New York extends their lead.
And part of the reason he was untouched, John, is that all the wide receivers blocking in the end zone. Tremendous blocks downfield for New York.
So a tremendous effort by everybody in that running game there. And New York, after the extra point, now experiences a 21-7 lead.
Yeah, Louisiana just finds themselves in a little bit bigger hole. And Hinsky is going to have to find a way to deal with this New York blitz.
So Schwartz is going to bring it back out once again, and it's a little bit better of a return. Gets it to the 25-yard line, but it definitely feels like it could be a crucial possession here for the Gators.
Yeah, they're going to have to put together a good drive here right away. Going double tight here. Maybe they're going to just pound it.
So we'll see Lewis Brady go to work and does not find the running room as he's going to run into the brick wall that is Carl McGee.
We've seen a lot of outside rushing for Brady, and it just really has not panned out for him tonight.
So we'll see. Looks like Lewis Brady getting moved down the backfield as Hinsky, he's going to drop back, throws it short over to Washington, who had a tough time getting forward, but does pick up 5 yards on that pass.
Yeah, now third and medium here. A very pivotal third down. Hinsky in the shotgun.
So you can't afford a free and out here as Hinsky needs a play from his offense. Looks over to the right-hand side and just rushes the delivery. Another free and out here for the Gators.
Yeah, and that time New York with the zone blitz, dropping a D lineman in coverage and sending a linebacker. And once again, it manages to rattle Hinsky.
So we'll see Carol Hernandez return the football once again. And now New York, they really have a shot here of opening this game wide open.
Well, I'd like to see him keep giving the ball to Bruce Can. Of course, he's not on the field right now, so I don't see that happening on this play.
So Luke Carnahan is going to throw it to the left-hand side, trying to dump it off, but it goes right through the hands of William Stevenson.
Yeah, and the way the plays have been going this week, 14-point lead is going to play a little bit larger than one might initially think.
So Carnahan's going to drop back the pass once again, facing a blitz. The idea was there, just simply not the execution.
Yeah, and that time it's Louisiana's turn to send pressure. And Carnahan sounded like he heard a couple footsteps.
So we'll see if they do that again here on 3rd and 10 as we see Jermaine Black getting moved into the motion on the left-hand side. They send 7 in coverage, and it's going to be enough to force a free and out on the New York Barons.
And that was the linebacker in coverage for Louisiana doing a nice job. And I'm not sure if that was Nicholas West or Rodney Harmon, but I thought he got a piece of that football.
So Lawrence Fletch is able to go ahead and force the free and out. And we're going to see Louisiana. We'll see if they can make this comeback happen.
Yeah, plenty of time left. You got 25 minutes of game clock. You got nice field position here, but you got to get some first downs.
So we'll see Louisiana pick things up on the 45-yard line as they go trips to the right. But Lewis Brady trying to run it over the backside, and it looks like it's going to be blown up there by Chester McBride.
McBride got great penetration there. Brady was trying to run right past him, but couldn't quite make it.
So welcome to the game, Chester. That was his first tackle of the game, but Rob Roberts is going to make a huge play to make up for it. First down for Louisiana.
Roberts has been huge on every ball thrown his way, and that is a very big catch.
So 1st and 10 now for the Gators as they go back to Lewis Brady, this time on the left-hand side, but Joseph Shaw gets to him in the backfield.
McBride and then Shaw, the interior on this New York defensive line is just eating Louisiana for lunch.
So 2nd and 13 coming up as Holinsky is going to drop back. He's going to throw to the right-hand side as Allen Bradley is going to have to dive for that minimum yardage there.
And if Louisiana thinks they're going to come back here, they really need their offensive line to hold to give Hinsky more time to throw.
We'll see if this offensive line can play inspired here as he's going to try to throw for the first down marker. Fortunately, just not where it needed to be.
No, not a great throw and a nice play by Carol Hernandez. And Louisiana not quite close enough for a field goal. This is going to be a pooch punt.
Speaking of Carol Hernandez, he is back the punt, and he will watch it go out the back of the end zone here as that will be considered a touchback.
Now let's see if Carnahan hands it off here to Bruce Can. Let's see if can drain this clock a little bit.
So we'll see if that all happens here is 1st and 10. We'll see none other than looks like Jermaine Black. We've called his name quite a bit tonight.
Yeah, it's pretty good if you're a tight end and you could find a couple balls with all these talented wide receivers.
So Bruce Can does indeed pick up the first down as that moves the chains here for New York City.
Yeah, Louisiana right now, they're just not sure what's coming. New York throwing just enough to keep them off balance.
So 21-7 lead here as they go back to the air as it's another reception for Jermaine Black, but for a minimum gain. So now 2nd and 8 coming up from the 36-yard line. Carnahan, he's going to drop back the pass, jumps it short to Jermaine Black, and Jermaine Black this time will be picking up the first down for New York.
Yeah, Black presents some matchup problems. He does have enough agility to get past some of those corners and safeties, and you just saw it right there.
So 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Carnahan going over the middle of the field. Will Stevenson finding some space to work with and nearly picking up that first down.
And we're seeing Luke Carnahan do what we had hoped Zachary Hinsky would be able to do, and that is get the ball out of his hand before the blitz gets home.
So 2nd and 2 coming up as we'll go ahead and see a running play for Bruce Can. Can finding through multiple defenders, but just cannot get going there.
Oliver Roberts making a big play there, and Louisiana's going to need one more big play right here on 3rd down.
So 3rd and 5, Carnahan, he's going to go for it. Oh, and it's going to be broken up. Potential decision here for New York here.
Yeah, looking for Sammy Knight. Sammy Knight well covered there. Roberts making that big play that they needed.
So Lawrence Fletch is going to punt this football away as we'll see Louisiana recover that. Guess it was a solid decision there as that could have been even deeper in Gator territory.
Yeah, at least he held on to the ball. If he lets that go, though, that's probably going down to the 5 or maybe even to the 2.
Yeah, so saving quite a bit of yards. And for Louisiana, their inability to move the football right now, every yard's going to matter.
Absolutely. You see the numbers there on Brady. It's not the kind of a day that you would have expected from him.
So 2nd and short coming up for the Gators here as they fake it to Lewis Brady, but Holinsky simply does not have the time as Irvin Fies gets his 3rd sack of this game.
And Fies is just getting through there untouched. You got to put a body on that guy.
You want to talk about a defensive MVP, it sure has to go to that guy, or it's going to go to Hugo Gordon, who just got the interception.
And that is a monster play at an absolutely terrible time for Louisiana. New York's going to take over in field goal range.
So now Louisiana needing a big-time stop from their defense. 1st and 10. Carnahan dropping back. He's got time to work with. Gets it out to Jeff Houston, who's going to make his first reception here of the ball game.
And that's all New York needs, just a few extra yards on every single play, and they seem to be doing it quite well.
So Bruce Can will go ahead and looks a little bit like a direct snap there, unless my eyes are deceiving me. Either way, it's 1st and goal.
You see the numbers there on Can, and they don't look impressive, but he's getting yards when it matters.
And he is fighting for every yard, as for all the things that's going wrong for Louisiana, they are very stout in their front 7.
2nd and goal. They're going to need a stop here. Not 3 points, not 7 points. They need a 0. Either a stop on 4th down or a turnover.
So, and that is going to be more crucial than ever now that we're in the final quarter of play. Gators down by 2 possessions. Can they make the comeback? Carnahan going to the right-hand side. Gets it to Will Stevenson. He can't turn the corner, though. And here comes 3rd down.
Another huge play by the defense. Can you get to Carnahan before he hands it off or throws it to somebody that's going to score?
So 3rd down coming up. Carnahan looking towards the end zone there, but can't corral it in. We'll see what New York decides to do here on 4th down.
Yeah, that was Glenn Malone. I thought he should have had that. I'm not sure he would have gotten to the end zone, but that's a missed opportunity for New York.
But instead, a short field goal attempt here for the New York football team, as George Lawson will send that through. And now it is a 17-point lead with Louisiana getting the football.
Yeah, I wish Louisiana could take that as a win, but now it's a 3-score game, and they're going to have to get some points, and they're going to have to get them soon.
And they're going to have to get some big plays in the process as well. Swartz trying to provide that right now as he tries to fight through a second defender just to get to the 25.
And Louisiana, they're going to look at this tape, and they're going to have to figure out what they're going to do with Lewis Brady. Because the left to right stuff is not working. Going up the middle, they seem to be having more success with that than they have been running off the tackles.
Yeah, where has this been the whole game? It seems like that was his best run of the day. It still goes for 6 yards. And now, Helinski, how about that? There was a blocker right through the middle. I don't know how you missed him either. They barely pick up the 1st down, though.
Hey, he did get it away before the blitz got home. Frederick Schwartz right at the sticks and got knocked over for good measure.
So 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line as Lewis Brady, again, off-tackle run, but it does not simply go anywhere. That is Jim Robertson that is going to bring him down.
Yeah, this New York front 4, they have just been outstanding tonight.
So now 2nd and 9 coming up. Looks like they might be running the football again, but it's a play action and Helinski doesn't even have the time. And look who it is, Irvin Fies with a game of his life right now.
Fies, 4 tackles, 4 sacks, and that fumble recovery, a monster game for him.
Yeah, if this man does not get the defensive player of the week, I might have to write on his behalf. But there's other guys making a case, as that is going to be Derek Ball with another interception.
And Hinsky pressing, trying to make things happen, putting the ball in spots he may not otherwise, and that one got away from him.
And it simply just makes things worse, as now New York threatens to score again. We got Carnahan going to the right-hand side. It's Will Stevenson. Gets driven back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, William Stevenson, more of a possession receiver. And making a catch there, but not able to do too much with it.
So now Louisiana is going to go ahead and send the blitz, and it almost works out. They nearly got the turnover there on 2nd down.
New York still throwing the ball here. 42 attempts for Luke Carnahan. We still have 10 minutes to go in this game.
He's going to have to ice that shoulder when it's all said and done, as Carnahan's going to throw again, this time to the left-hand side. So again, after a turnover, they once again will have to settle for the field goal attempt.
Yeah, that's a big 3 and out. Although New York's going to come away with some points, I would have liked to see them run the ball a little bit, try and shorten this game.
Although they did almost miss the field goal, but the 46-yarder will ultimately be good. George Lawson sends it through, and now it's a 20-point lead. A field goal will no longer cut it. So now we'll go ahead and see Louisiana go to work, trying to pull the immaculate comeback as Swartz takes it across the 25-yard line, and I would expect to see some no huddle here.
Yeah, at the very least.
So we'll see if Helinski can do just that. He's going to get it to Lewis Brady on the outside run, and again, no gain. Carl McGee going to bring him down in the backfield.
Yeah, McGee has done a nice job of containing on that right side. Brady's just had nowhere to go tonight.
So Helinski now forced to pass the football again here. Might be outside of his comfort zone. 2nd and 10. Brady gets the reception there. Are they going to give him the first down? They're going to mark him just shy.
You got to think you're going for it on 4th down here. This is not a terrible time to take a shot down the field.
So they actually do not take the shot, but they do run it up the middle for Lewis Brady, and it is a first down.
Time ticking away now, less than 9 minutes remaining.
So Brady's going to go ahead and run it up the right-hand side. Another off-tackle run. It's just simply not working tonight.
Now, Brandon Reynolds, defensive back for New York. He's going to be out. That's their strong safety.
So now 2nd and 7 as New York sends the blitz this time around, as it looks like Henson makes his first reception of the day. First down, Louisiana.
And I don't know if Hinsky knows that Reynolds is out yet, but this is the time to be taking shots down the field while you've got a backup in there.
So now they go
Ball.
to Burns, who puts the ball on the ground for his first carry of the night, and Eric Hubbs is going to recover it.
The turnovers have been absolutely brutal for Louisiana tonight, and that one no exception.
And that is now the 3rd turnover that we've seen in the second half for Louisiana, and now New York, they could really put this football game away right now.
And it looks like they're trying to. Carnahan continuing to throw. You see the numbers there, 25 of 44.
So we'll see if Carnahan continues to throw the football or they go to the ground game. They choose the former. Looking to the right-hand side. Gets it out to Bryce Can, and he does make the catch for a gain of 6 there.
Can has been very versatile tonight.
So now, 3rd and 4. We'll see if they go back to Bruce Can. And they instead pass the football. They won it all here. It was one-on-one coverage, but a very surprising decision there.
It looks like they're going to punt. I would try for the long field goal here. This might be a little too long.
I would.
That is a sweet punt.
That is a fantastic punt. So maybe the, it's a bold strategy for Cotton, but it works out for him as now Louisiana has a long field to work with. As now we're getting to inside the 6-minute mark here in the 4th quarter as Lewis Brady is going to take it right up the middle and picks up a gain of 6 there, creating some breathing room.
Yeah, you got to wonder how intense Louisiana is going to be in terms of trying to get the ball down the field here.
So Linsky's going to drop back the pass here. Dangerous throw. It almost gets intercepted once again.
And once again, Eric Hubbs on the scene. And this looking like another 3 and out here for Louisiana.
So 3rd and 4 coming up here as Hinsky is going to run it with Lewis Brady. He's going to fight. And how about that push that he got from the offensive line? Still not going to be enough.
Yet another punt for Louisiana. And the running, or lack thereof, from Brady is really something that has hamstrung Louisiana. It's affected everything else they've done on offense.
And unfortunately, Louisiana's going to have to punt the football just way too deep in their own territory to even think about going for it at that point.
No, not at all. You're just trying to get out of here, and you're hoping New York City would accommodate you by stopping to throw the ball and let the clock run a little bit.
So, like the previous game that we saw, it looks like New York is trying to run that score and trying to go for some style points here, Josh.
Yeah, and I think they understand, it being a short season, every little bit helps, and you want to maximize whatever you're able to do on the offensive side.
And how about Stevenson there throwing that poor defender into the ground? He's not going to be feeling well about that one.
7 catches for Stevenson tonight.
So now 2nd down, and we will see a running play here for Bruce Can, but despite it being just inches away, they still can't pick up the 1st down.
Well, they've got one more down left. We'll see what they do. Carnahan on the shotgun. They could still run the draw here.
They're going to throw the football instead. They're going to go towards the end zone as well. It's going to be incomplete, though, and I don't expect a long field goal attempt, maybe.
Yeah, and Jorge
So it
Lawson's
is-
been pretty solid tonight.
So it is going to be just that, as they will attempt a field goal, a 47-yarder that just narrowly makes it right through the uprights.
Yeah, I think that kissed the left upright on its way in. A solid effort there from Lawson.
So now you're down by 23 with 3 minutes left to play. Not only are you going to need some touchdowns now, but some 2-point conversions are going to be needed. We'll see if Holinsky can put together a fantastic drive.
I think Louisiana at this point, we really don't know what this offense is capable of doing because we really haven't seen them, unload the throttle a little bit as Washington makes a nice catch there. I would like to see them throw the ball a little bit more down the field. And I think those opportunities are there, and I think Hinsky, trying to run this nickel and dime West Coast offense, is not getting the run support, number one. I'm not sure he's getting the play calling support either.
So Hinsky is going to drop back to pass once again as we almost see another sack. It gets cleaned up yet again. This time we see Robertson make the tackle.
Nowhere for Hinsky to go.
So Hinsky will throw on 3rd and long. That's a great play by Swartz. That's what we've been looking for all game long.
Yeah, big play, too little, too late. Gain of 32. Schwartz building a nice stat line, and he's going to be maybe one of the few bright spots of this game tonight.
So those of you that have Frederick Shorts in your fantasy league, I'm sure you're feeling pretty decent in spite of what the score says, as we might potentially see this as the last play of the 2-minute warning as New York sends the blitz, and it's yet another sack.
Yeah, Hinsky has spent half of this game on his back. New York has just done an outstanding job. You can't speak highly enough of the game plan that Brian Robinson's put together here.
And a brutal performance here for this New Orleans offensive line. 4th and 10. Are we going to risk it for the biscuit and go for it? And they are. So here we go. 4th and 10. Hinsky going for it all. All or nothing. And his guy can't make the catch. New York is going to take over.
Yeah, I thought I saw a bit of a shove there from the defender on his way up to catch the ball, but no flag.
So there will not be any flags, and Louisiana does not have any timeouts either. So we might very well be looking at the final possession here of this ball game.
It's a great game by New York. They've just been tremendous on both sides of the ball. Great game by Carnahan after a slow start. And Bruce Can doing just enough to keep this offense going. And here come the knees.
And here come the knees indeed. How about this? Going on the road, silencing the home crowd. It is so silent in here, you could literally hear a squirrel fart right now.
And it's plenty of time for Louisiana. Not a lot of time, but they have a chance to right the ship next week. And if they could make some changes, I think they're able to do that.
So 4th and 15, I'll be very shocked if they go ahead and punt this football away here as we get into the last few seconds of the game. And they will finish things out here as New York is going to win. Final score being 30-7.
Yeah, Carnahan, 49 passes, not quite 300 yards in the 2 scores. I think was able to take the bull by the horns a little bit in the second quarter and just give this team the support they needed. And Hinsky, I think, really needed to get some more rushing out of Lewis Brady. Only 68 rushing yards. You look at New York, only 21 rushing yards. But rushing is a bigger part of Louisiana's identity. It's certainly Lewis Brady's identity. And I think Lewis Brady having a stinker of a game, I think, ultimately hurt Louisiana in a way that they could not recover from.
And I just wanted to give a huge shout out for New York there, because one thing that is really difficult to do here in this Axis Football League, and that is to win on the road. And not only did they do that, they did that convincingly.
Absolutely. Hats off to him.
So that will go ahead and wrap up tonight's presentation of the Axis Football League between the New York Barons and the Louisiana Gators. This is John Shea Gaming on the mic, signing off with Josh Verdell. If you are watching, whether you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, make sure you go ahead, smack that like button, hit that subscribe button if you have to be brand new, and hey, if you're watching over on the Twitch channel right now, make sure you go ahead and follow us over there as well. But with that, we are going to go ahead and sign out.